Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy the Kryptonian saying here, bringing you another Boruto discussion. Today I want to talk to you guys about how Kawaki defeated Naruto and how he might have sealed him away, as stated in Boruto chapter 1, or for those of you who watch the Boruto anime and don't read the manga, which I highly recommend checking out the manga, because right now the manga is on something serious right now. But as shown in episode 1 of the Boruto anime, one of the things that we found out is that Kawaki uttered the famous words, "I'll send you the same way I sent the seventh," and so it's implied Naruto was either dead or sealed away. And in the latest Boruto chapter, we got a lot of information. So with that being said, I do want to give a spoiler warning. If you are an anime only viewer, I highly recommend clicking off this video. And if you want to find something else on the channel, I've got tons of other Boruto videos that don't go over the spoilers. I've got stuff in the Naruto Explained playlist that goes over stuff from the end of the 4th Great Ninja War, as well as other details about the Naruto story that you might have missed or not heard of, as well as Naruto what ifs. So with that being said, I am assuming anybody still here is okay with spoilers, so I'm going to dive right into all this. So going back to the question of this title, which is how did Kawaki defeat Naruto, I was reading the Boruto chapter 25, and there were a few things that kind of leaped out at me, and it got me not only wondering but starting to piece together how in the world Kawaki handled Naruto. Now, the first thing that stood out is the fact that Kawaki, as you guys know who read the manga, Kawaki is a cyborg. He is a human being who has had mechanical enhancements, and one of the things that we got at the very end is we saw a panel where you had Kawaki's face and you had Naruto's face, and Naruto's kind of looking. That in itself is foreshadowing. The reason why I say that in itself is foreshadowing is when you read manga, one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that you can't waste pages, and it's very important to convey things like that when you're just looking at telling the story, because manga is a visual medium. And so the reason why I thought that was interesting is when you look at all that, obviously Kawaki and Naruto, they have a connection, and in the very last page it looks like Naruto's looking over his shoulder, or his eyes are looking down at the knocked out Kawaki. Now, why in the world does it have anything to do with Naruto being captured or sealed away? Well, we don't know what in the world Jigen or whoever at the car organization did to Kawaki, and we don't know how they kind of planned around the Nine Tails, because Naruto and Sasuke existing in this part of the timeline basically kills the tension. You have to be insanely powerful. You have to be Kaguya plus level in order to even push these guys. And the fact that Kara, in particular Kashin Koji, says that this whole world will know the fear and he has no problem with Kawaki being in the village lets you know that they have some type of plan for Naruto. So what's to say that out of these mechanical enhancements that Kawaki has, what's to say that they haven't figured out something to kind of nullify the Kyuubi's chakra or nullify some of Naruto's power? And if that's too out the realm of possibility for you, I want to bring your attention back to Kawaki himself. I'm not saying that this dude Kawaki is going to walk up and take Naruto's ramen bowl, start eating the ramen bowl in front of Naruto, probably go cream pie Hinata or something. I'm not saying that, though. That'd be completely savage if he did it and told Naruto to go get him some more Ichiraki ramen. But what I am saying is that Kawaki displayed enough to where we need to start taking him seriously. Yes, Kawaki is fatigued in this chapter, but at the same time, a fatigued Kawaki was able to eviscerate the upper half of somebody's body when they weren't paying attention to him. He was able to pierce a guy through the sternum with that strange ability he has where he can change his arm into a weapon. And the other thing with Kawaki is he was making these huge explosions. Granted, it's nowhere near what Naruto's capable of doing. Hell, it's not even on the same level of a full power Bijudama. It ain't even there. But what you have to keep in mind when it comes to the Naruto series, if you catch someone off guard, you can defeat them. And so when you look at Kawaki, he's showing some feats that are closer in line with what you saw in early Shippuden when Data was first introduced. But at the same time, when you look at his ability, he can absorb ninjutsu and he can repel it back several times fold, the same way that Momoshiki was able to do. And the reason why I think that's interesting is when you look at one of Momoshiki's other abilities, he's able to absorb some of Naruto's chakra. And I haven't seen the newest Boruto episode, so I can't speak on this 100%, but I've seen the screenshots, and apparently Naruto has had a huge amount of the QB chakra ripped from him. He's at less than 50% from the translation I saw of the newest episode. I haven't seen the Crunchyroll or the Hulu subs for it, so I don't know how accurate the screenshot I saw was, but it had Naruto at 40%. And so if that's the case, yes, Naruto, he can replenish chakra. That's the benefit of having the QB, but at the same time, Momoshiki was able to absorb that. What's to say that Kawaki doesn't have some type of jutsu similar to what Urashiki did, where he can kind of freeze you in place? And what's to say that he can't drain the chakra from Naruto to the point where he can be sealed away or he can be killed off? And that's something we have to consider, because in the Naruto verse, just brute strength is not enough. If you have hacks, if you have strategy, if you can put these two together where you can get the most, where you can optimize or get complete optimization of the hack's nature of your ability by putting yourself in the proper position to win, you can defeat anybody. And that's one of the things I've always loved about Naruto, is that strategy matters just as much as power. And so when you look at Kawaki, there could be something as simple as having the car organization have a built-in safety device as a way to nerf Naruto. And I know somebody's gonna say, well, Kishimoto and Kodachi have already nerfed Naruto. That's absolutely true. Naruto Gaiden, Kishimoto nerfed the fuck out of Naruto because he couldn't even sense the fucking sword coming when he got stabbed. But with that being said, and even Kurama made jokes that Naruto's getting rusty, but with that being said, that is a real possibility that Kawaki has had some type of failsafe in order to kind of nullify Naruto's QB chakra. But at the same time, if that happens and you combine his ability to absorb ninjutsu and just chakra in itself, it really opens the door for Naruto's pending fate. And so I want to drop this off now with just a question to you guys. What do you think? Do you think that Kara has actually created a failsafe for Kawaki? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Have an awesome day.